do the Steelers need to do, guys, in order to secure victory, get out of this rut here in week 6? How do they overcome these last 2 weeks of losing football? How do they fix this here right now in 2024, early in the season, and really truly right this ship? Welcome back to Mike Drop Sports, everybody. I'm Jason. We're here on a Thursday. We are diving in, and I want to talk exactly that, what the Pittsburgh Steelers need to do in order to secure victory here in Las Vegas and really figure this thing out and really turn this season around after 2 straight losses in a season that started out very promising, 3-0, and then you fall 2 straight, and you can't allow this trend to continue. And if you're the Steelers, what do you got to go out there and do? The injuries have mounted up. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be a big hill to climb. It's going to be a tough road to travel, man. But if you're the Steelers, what do you do when you go out there this Sunday at roughly about 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time? What do? You go out there and you throw everything that you have out there. You don't leave anything in the cupboard. You just go out there and you allow these guys to play free. I say that all the time, but you don't see it. It's like the Steelers players have sticks up their ass. They are thinking too much. They are, constrained to a certain scheme every week, and they have to do something a little bit different this week. And I'm not saying you just go out there and you don't have a plan or anything like that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that you need to go out there and allow these players to do what they do best, and you need to just let them play. Don't put any restrictions on them. Go out there and tell them, score, score, score. Put the pedal to the metal. Don't ever hit the brakes, and just continue to hammer this Las Vegas defense. And if you're the defense of the Steelers, just pin your ears back and go after a guy that wasn't the starter to start the season. So, and Gardner Minshew seems not to be in there. So attack this quarterback. Attack him, attack him, attack him. Go after him in every way possible. Create some different looks. Make sure pressure's coming from all over the place to where he doesn't know where that pressure is going to be coming from, because it's coming from all over. Make it just a crazy bombardment of blitzes on this quarterback and force him into mistakes. Allow guys in that back end like Minkah Fitzpatrick to finally get a splash play that we've been missing from him for so long. But here's the thing, guys. The Steelers haven't played that way. They haven't played that brand of football. They have been very tight in what they do. They have been very just pinpoint, this is how we do it. This is what we're going to do. We're not going to deviate from that plan. And that can't work this week. That won't work this week. Again, and if you're the Steelers, you got to come out there and just do it up. Do it up. Let it go. Let your hair blow in the wind a little bit. And if I'm Mike Tomlin and I'm the Pittsburgh Steelers, I think the Raiders are probably going to expect what from you? You're going to come out, you're going to try to run the ball, establish a line of scrimmage. You're going to try to play tough, conservative defense in which you bend but you don't break. And that's probably what Antonio Pierce is coaching his guys up to do. This is the game plan that the Steelers are going to present. They're very predictable. They do these same things. You got to get up there and stop it. And instead of Mike Tomlin just saying that and issuing a challenge each week to these teams, hey, this is what we're going to do. Just stop it. We challenge you. And they are stopping it. So if you're Mike Tomlin this week, yeah, establish a run game, of course, establish the pass game. But what do you do at the beginning of a football game? I think you come out and, yeah, you throw a couple runs in there. But you know what? Maybe all of a sudden you switch into a tempo offense. Maybe all of a sudden you throw a trick play in there. Maybe you let Justin Fields rip one down the middle of the field to Calvin Austin deep. Maybe you allow a weird special teams play that, is exotic and different. Maybe you allow something like that to happen to create this spark that you need to reignite the flame of the Pittsburgh Steelers here early in 2024, guys. This is only going to be week 6. This is early in 2024, and the Steelers need to find that ignition switch. They need to find that spark that is going to propel them into the back half of this season, that is going to propel them into the bye week. That is what you're looking for if you're the Steelers. And if I'm Arthur Smith this week, especially offensively, I am coming out there with a group of plays here in the first series that are different, that are fast, that are loose. And if there's a turnover that happens, so be it. If there's something that doesn't work out exactly the way you planned, so be it. Who cares? Who cares? Because you're trying to just play that brand of defense anyway, a bend but don't break. Let them go out there. Mike Tomlin has faith in them to win every game. So trust them. Go out there and allow the offense to do what it does. Or what it needs to do, not what it does. Go out there and just let Justin sling it around the yard, dude. Allow him to take off and run and do the things that he does best. That's what it boils down to, guys. It's a real simple formula here for week 6. A real simple task, or a real simple plan that has to be put in place. Real simple. Real simple. And again, that is just allowing these players to play loose. And I think that that's the biggest thing. And yes, we can go over all the deficiencies, all the X's and O's. The offensive line is horrible. Maybe Justin Fields isn't playing the way he needs to be playing. The running game isn't what it needs to be in terms of the running backs. The wide receivers are loafing and taking plays off. They don't have enough depth. The defense is horribly injured right now. Yeah, we know all those things. But if you're a professional football team, you got to realize one thing, that every week is a battle, and every given Sunday, anything can happen. So you go out there and you throw caution, or you throw yourself out there and let yourself all hang out. That's what you got to do. That is the only way to fix this here on week 6, here in week 6. It's the only way to fix it, guys. And if the Steelers, I will say this, if the Steelers come out there and they are ultra conservative and they have the same type of game plan that they have been putting out there through 5 weeks, they will lose to the Vegas Raiders. They will lose, and they will go to 3-3, and they will start again to put themselves in a position in which they are going to have to dig themselves out of a big hole. And they can't do that. Again, 4-2 and 3-3 are so vastly different. So vastly different when you're seeing a Baltimore Ravens team right now going into play a very hot Washington Commanders team that could very well lose that game. The Commanders could very easily beat the Baltimore Ravens. And if you're the Steelers going into week 7, 4-2, and the Ravens 3-3, that would be ideal. And that's what you got to do, because that's going to create such monster momentum for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm telling you, that's what has to be done, guys. If this is a vastly different football team come Sunday night from 4-2 to 3-3. Vastly different. And it's got to happen. And if you're Mike Tomlin, you got to get out of your own way. You got to get out of your own way. And I understand that he's been doing his thing now for almost 2 decades. And it's hard to change and hard to treat it or teach an old dog new tricks. But if you're Mike Tomlin, you have to sit and really be in your office today, throughout this week, and just say to yourself, you know what? I got to do it different. I got to make things different. I got to allow this team to be loose. I can't hold this weird thing over their head to where, they're just so tight and they're not just playing loose, fast, and free. And that's the key to victory, guys, in my opinion, for this week. And I usually list a ton of them. And I usually go through all the X's and O's. And I talk about what each side of the ball can do and where each player could succeed. We're not doing that this week. It's a very simple formula. Very simple. Play loose, play fast, play free. Period. That's what the Steelers have to do in order to secure victory. That is the key to victory. Period. And the Pittsburgh Steelers, will they do it? Won't they do it? I don't know. Time will tell. But I got a really good feeling that you're going to see something different out of this football team. And I'm not going to bash them. I'm not going to sit here and go hard on them today, because I think it's a little late in the week to be doing it. Now it's time to look toward Vegas. And I really have a good feeling that the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to come out and do something different. I'm putting all my hope into Mike Tomlin right now, into this offense, into this defense, into this franchise. I am putting my hope one final week here without going too hard on them. And I'm going to really, really assume that they are going to come out here and do some things that are different and off the wall for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I think that we may see a completely different football team, and it may be the start of something really, really special. And I understand there's highs and lows in the season. And hopefully, this was just one of those lows, and that the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to be able to claw their way out of that low and really take the next step in order to become a high quality football team here in the AFC North and really give themselves a potentially good footing in the division moving forward with a 4-2 record as opposed to a 3-3 record. So let's all hope that things change, and let's all hope that Mike Tomlin miraculously, all of a sudden, the light switch comes on and he realizes what he's done to this football team and what needs to happen moving forward. All right, guys, we're going to wrap things up. We'll be back tonight for Steel City Live, the best damn YouTube show, live show anyway, that is on YouTube, and you need to make sure you share it. I will put it out there. Make sure you go on to the show early and hit share. Share to all your social medias out there. Really try to promote this Pittsburgh Steelers team by getting the conversation really fired up tonight on Steel City Live. I really, truly appreciate that. And the Steelers, hopefully we're getting behind them, and hopefully they hear it. And, things start to get better, man. That's just my hopes, that we build this massive following and, really hype this team up and get them fired up and really talk about the true, real issues. And maybe one day they'll hear it. And maybe they'll realize it. You never know. You got to hope, bro. You got to hope. It's just what you got to do. You got to have faith, man. So until later tonight for Steel City Live, I'm Jason. This is Mike Drop Sports. Peace, my friends.